Good Saturday, everyone. Looking at our USA Mortgage level of concern, we are level 2 again for our Saturday, which makes it a Meteorologist Mark weather alert day. We are on the lookout once again for the risk for severe thunderstorms. We got lucky yesterday, and the severe weather stayed just to our south. We had a couple of warnings to our west. But by the time the storms got here to the plateau, it's kind of a general rain thunderstorm. Here at the house, I had a soaking rain, about 3/10 of an inch of just good, steady rainfall. So it doesn't get much better than that this time of the year. Don't forget, we need all the rain we can get now, just in case things turn dry later in the summer and into the fall. So the more we can put in the rain bucket now, the better we'll be in the long run. Looking at our Premier Generators threat outlook, the main threat time frame today is noon to 6 p.m. And I know you say, Mark, that's a big window of time, and it is. It's basically the heat of the afternoon into the early evening hours. The main thing we're keeping an eye on today is a complex of storms that's coming into West Tennessee this morning. Now, we will track that as it moves eastward across the state of Tennessee. Now, the current thinking is that the most severe portion of this cluster will stay just to our south, but it is super close, folks. The enhanced risk issued by the Storm Prediction Center, which is level 3 out of 5, is almost touching the southern border of Cumberland County. So, and I believe their reasoning in that area south of I-40 are at a greater risk for severe weather today. That risk is area-wide. But the greatest risk will be from areas, say, Sparta to Crossville to, say, Spring City, and then points south down toward Chattanooga. So you folks are especially susceptible to these clusters of thunderstorms becoming severe or remaining severe once they reach the plateau this afternoon and evening. So I'll be tracking that. I'll issue special updates as we get a better idea. Right now it's in two pieces. We've got one little line coming into Memphis right now, and then the bigger line is behind it. And we've got to see, does the one in front of it get a little stronger? Because that'd get here a couple of hours quicker. Or does the one behind it, does it steal the energy from the one in front of it? So we're going to see how this evolves as it moves across West Tennessee, and that way that we'll be able to pinpoint the time more specifically. I don't think we'll see as many storms form ahead of the cluster like we did yesterday, where we had scattered showers and thunderstorms all over the place. I think the main threat is going to come from this big complex coming into West Tennessee. But again, I'll keep an eye on things. The wind threat and the flooding threat, I've increased both of those a bit to medium concern. The tornado and health threats are still low. 5-day forecast shows 70% chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms today. So it was 90%. We dropped down to 70%. I feel like you folks, from say along that Sparta to Crossville to Spring City line and south probably are still at 90% chance for rain this afternoon and evening. But the rest of us more like 70. So it's still high rain chances, but maybe not as high as it had looked like earlier, but I think it's going to park it here. Don't look for us to trend drier. Sunday, 50-50 shot for a scattered shower and thunderstorm. Get a little bit of a break tomorrow before rain chances increase once again Monday, especially Monday afternoon and evening as another system comes through. And that system, depending on how effective it is at pushing through the area, could cause us to lower rain chances even more on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if anything on this 5 days is going to trend drier, it would be Tuesday and Wednesday. But right now I'm keeping it at 30%. So that's still drier than what we are today, tomorrow, and Sunday. But it may trend just a little bit drier. So in that outlook, so for the Upper Cumberland Federal Credit Union hay weather forecast, I did upgrade Tuesday and Wednesday to fair with the idea that perhaps those days will even continue to trend drier. Sunday probably could have been a fair day, but with rain on both ends of it on Saturday and Monday, I figure, what are you going to get done? Calendar threats, looking at the extended, still watching next week for some potential threats. I think we're going to be okay, though, but I'm still going to monitor just a bit longer before I drop the text there. On this day in weather history, brought to us by Bramble Travel, 1816, a famous snow occurred from Danville, Vermont. Oh, my goodness, 20 inches deep. That's wild. 1965, NASA's Gemini 4 mission returned to Earth after a 4-day 62-orbit flight, including the first American spacewalk. Remember, we talked about that just a few days ago. The mission splashed down the Atlantic Ocean, marking a significant milestone in the American human spaceflight program. So, Meteorologist Mark's Space Camp for Kids is next week, so we'll be talking a lot about NASA and SpaceX and all the cool stuff that's going on down there. Meanwhile, I'll be watching our weather very closely. I'll keep you updated. I'll post updates on the app and site as needed. You just keep it right here, Meteorologist Mark.